So let's look at factoring by grouping. So guys, you guys have learned so many different ways to factor. GCF factoring, right? And then you learn trinomial factoring, where it's just plain old x squared. And then you learn two different ways to factor binomials, so dose and so, right? And now I'm going to show you what to do when you have four terms. Okay, how do we factor when we have four terms? See how it's four terms here? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Yes, Alex. What do you do? Okay, you do. But what is the first step in factoring? Always check for GCF. 2, 5, 6, and 15. Is there a GCF? No. The only number that'll divide evenly into 2, 5, 6, and 15 is 1, right? Can I take out an X? No, because this 15 does not have an X. So we're going to divide this in half. Please make sure that you don't cut through that plus sign in front of the 6X. Okay, Carlos? All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find the GCF of the left side, and then you're going to find the GCF of the right-hand side, okay? So on the left, we have 2x cubed plus 5x squared. What is my GCF? X squared. So divide everyone by x squared. What is 2x cubed divided by x squared? 2x, good. And what is 5x squared divided by x squared? 5. So positive 5, right? Okay. How about on the right-hand side? 6x plus 15. 6 and 15, the GCF, or the GCD that you can find on your calculator, is 3. Good. Okay. So what is 6x divided by 3? 2x. And what is 15 divided by 3? 5. So, there's a checkpoint for you right here. What do you notice? Yeah, they're the same. What is the same? The parentheses, right? Inside the parentheses, they're both 2x plus 5. Okay, if they're both the same, that's how you know that you're doing this right. You did it right. Now we can put our double parentheses. Put the repeat ones, the ones that are the same, put them together in just, one of the parentheses, 2x plus 5, okay? And then you see these on the outside, they go in the other parentheses. So x squared plus 3 because it's a positive 3, okay? Questions? That's it. That's all there is to that. Pretty good? Here's the thing though, if you have trouble GCF factoring, it's too much. It's a lot of GCF factoring, right? So hopefully this will help you and get more practice, but if you're still having trouble with GCF factoring, please make sure that you come and see me, okay? All right, let's try the next one, example 1. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. First step, GCF for the whole entire thing. 18, 2, 27, and 3. Is there a GCF for the whole thing? No, it's just 1, right? Can I take out an X? No, because that negative 3 doesn't have an X. Okay, so now I'm going to divide this in half. And then I'm going to find the GCF on the left-hand side and the GCF on the right-hand side. 18x cubed minus 2x squared. What is the GCF? 2x squared. 2x squared. Okay. Divide everything by 2x squared. All right. 18x cubed divided by 2x squared is what? 18 divided by 2 is 9. And then if you have 3 x's on the top and then 2 x's on the bottom, how many are you left with? Just 1, right? So 9x. Guys, what's 2x squared or negative 2x squared divided by 2x squared? Negative 1. Good. Minus 1. Good job. And then on the right-hand side, 27x minus 3. 27 and 3. What's my GCF? 3. Good. So divide everyone by 3. And then, let's see, 27x divided by 3 gives me 9x. And then negative 3 divided by 3. Negative 1. Did I do this right? Yes. How do you know? Because they're the same inside the parentheses. Okay. So I'm going to do my double parentheses. And then I'm going to put my same ones in 1. And then the outsides in another one. 2x squared plus 3. Can I factor this anymore? Like, can I do a dose or a soap with this? No. Okay, well then we're done. Great. If I were to FOIL or double distribute this, I should get my original expression. All right? All right, let's try example 2. Do I have a GCF for the whole thing? No. Can I take out an x? No. All right. Let's divide this in half. Oh, guys, make sure you don't cross through that negative sign in front of the 2x. It's a very common mistake that I see every year. On the left-hand side, 8x cubed minus 12x squared. 4x? 4x squared. Good, because the number is 4, and they both have x's, but the smaller x is x squared. Divide everything by 4x squared. Look at the first term. 8 divided by 4, 2, and then x cubed divided by x squared is just x, yep. And what is negative 12x squared divided by 4x squared? Negative 3, good. And then on the right-hand side, what is it starting with on the right-hand side? Negative. Remember I said if it starts with a negative, you got to bring the negative out. 2x plus 3. If you have to bring something out, what is the only GCF? Yeah, negative 1, right? And I know normally we don't bring out the negative 1, but with factoring by grouping, you have to. You have to bring out the 1, okay? Now, what's a negative 2x divided by negative 1? Positive 2x, yeah. And what's a positive 3 divided by a negative 1? Negative 3. Oh, did I do this right? Yes. Okay, so I have double parentheses. 2x minus 3 goes in 1. What goes in the other one? Okay. Guys, am I done here? No. Uh-oh. Let's see. I know this 2x minus 3. That one's done, right? What about this guy? I have an x squared, I have a minus, and I have two terms. This is either going to be a dose or a soap. It's dose, yeah. Soap has an x to the third, right? Dose has x to the second, or even numbers, right? Not soap. Guys, are these all perfect squares? What's the square root of 4? What's the square root of x squared? What's the square root of 1? 1. Oh, so you can dose this guy. So remember, dose is double parentheses, opposite sign, and in the first spot, the square root is 2x, right? So 2x goes in the first spot. In the second spot, the square root of 1 is 1. Okay? So look at that. We even took 4x squared minus 1 further, and we factored it down to 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1. So that goes for that. Don't forget to bring down 2x minus 3 that we originally had. Are you with me? Yeah? All right, so then now we have 3 factors as our answer. And you can have 3 factors, you could have 4 factors, okay? Whatever the case is, you have to just keep factoring until you can't factor anymore, all right? Questions about this? Okay. All right, let's look at example 3. All right, guys, I want you to try this because you know what? There's no GCF. There's no x's you can take out. So what is the first thing you're going to do? Yeah, split in half. Okay, you try. Guys, you're doing a great job with this. On the left-hand side, you have x squared that comes out. On the right-hand side, you have a negative 4 that comes out. All right. Negative 4 comes out here. X plus 7. Okay? How many of you guys stopped right here? Good. Good. Why? Mitchell, why? Those. X squared minus 4, right? Good. All right. So here's the other thing. You dose this, but that's not your answer. Don't forget to bring down what? Yeah, because this changes. You're basically rewriting x squared minus 4 into these two dose factors, but you've got to remember to bring down x plus 7. And then there you go. Okay? Good. All right, let's look at example 4. Guys, is there a GCF for the whole thing? Number GCF? Ooh, variable GCF. Okay. Yeah, 1x. Look, every single one of these terms has an x. The smallest x is just plain old x, right? So you need to bring that out. Then divide everybody by x. Okay? So if you have 4 x's on the top and 1 on the bottom, how many are left? X cubed. Let's see. X cubed divided by x. X squared. Negative 2x squared divided by x. Negative 2x. And what's a negative 2x divided by x? Negative 2. Okay. So remember, this GCFX, that's just going to wait. Remember, anytime we bring the GCF out, it doesn't do anything. It's just going to wait. So let's look at the 4-term polynomial inside the parentheses. Divide it in half. Let's do grouping. Okay. X cubed plus x squared. What's my GCF? X cubed plus x squared? X squared. Hey, did you guys notice that on the left-hand side we always have some sort of x that comes out? Yeah, it's always. Okay? On the left-hand side you should have some kind of x coming out as your GCF. Okay? So then that's x plus 1. Right? How about on the right-hand side? Negative? Negative? Negative 2x minus 2 is what? GCF. Negative 2. So negative 2x divided by negative 2 gives me x. And what's negative 2 divided by negative 2? Plus 1. Did I do this right? Yes, my parentheses match. So I'm going to put x plus 1, x squared minus 2. Can I dose x squared minus 2? No. Square root of 2 is not a pretty number, right? It's a decimal. Okay. Irrational number. Question, because, you know, I'm just partial to putting the parentheses first. What if I wrote this like that? Is that right still? Yes, it's still right, because multiplication is commutative and the order does not matter. Okay? All right? Oh, and the x, oh my gosh! What did I almost forget? You did it? Listen, did I really forget? Did I really forget? Yes. The teacher strategy though? Okay, so let's go to the back of this first page. Now that we know factoring by grouping, I can show you guys how to do factoring trinomials when a is greater than 1. What does that mean? That means we need to have 3 terms. We're going back to this ax squared plus bx plus c. Remember that? The am way? Yeah. Except the biggest difference here now is that you're not going to just have x squared. This a number is going to be bigger than 1. Like you're actually going to have a number there. A number is greater than 1. And to be honest with you, you can use this method even when it's a plain old x squared. Alright? Alright, so I know that you guys don't have this big box. So over to the right, can you guys just take a couple notes? And we'll just number them, okay? I know, I didn't put the box for some reason. I don't know why it's on my notes and not on yours. But let's just put this over on the right, okay? Number 1, first step, you need to find the GCF. First step in factoring, always is GCF. The second step is you're going to label AM. Okay? 3, you're going to do the T-chart. Okay, so now you're going to have a new M number. Okay? And where do you get that new M number? You need to do A times C. So weird, right? I'll show you what this all means. Alright, so let's look at our example there. 3x squared plus 11x plus 6. Let's try steps 1 through 3 first. Step 1, GCF, 3, 11, and 6. No, GCF is 1. The biggest number that divides evenly into 3, 11, and 6 is 1. Can I take out an x? No. Alright, So I'm going to do AM because I see that it is 3 terms, right? So it's AM. Wait a minute, but I have this 3 that's in front now, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 3, I'm going to swing it over and multiply, oh no, I'm going to multiply with the last number. That's my A times my C. Do you see that? Okay. So then now I'm going to create a T-chart, just like I would with my regular AM, right? Except my M number is not going to be 6, it's going to be the multiplied version. What's 3 times positive 6? 18. My A number still stays the same though. What is my A number? 11. Okay. So let's do that. Let's find 2 numbers that multiply to give me a positive 18, but adds to give me 11. So remember, we can always go into the calculator and do that too. Positive 18 divided by x, right? My M number. Second graph. I don't want the, what is it? 9 and 2. Yeah, great. 2 plus 9 gives me 11. That's what I want. Thank you. Nine, 2 gives me 11. Right? Okay. So far it's okay, right? The only new thing is that you have to multiply, right? All right. So step 4. And this is kind of long, okay? Bring down the first. Bring down the last. And then rewrite the middle. So copy this down first, and I'll show you what this is. All right, so bring down the first, bring down the last, and rewrite the middle. What does this mean? Go back to your original problem. Alex, look, go back to your original. Bring down the first, 3x squared. Bring down your last from your original, which is plus 6. You see how I made all this room? That's because I want to rewrite my middle term. You see this plus 11x? I'm going to rewrite it using the 2 numbers that Jenny gave us. Plus, which is a positive 9x, and a positive 2x. Yeah? Oh my goodness, so fun. Look, how many terms do we have now? 4. And what do you do when you have 4 terms? Yeah, so step 5, factor by grouping. Exclamation. All right, so we're going to divide it in half. And we're going to GCF factor both sides. 3x squared plus 9x is what? What's a GCF? 3x, good. So then I have x plus 3. How about on the other side? 2x plus 6. What's my GCF? 2. Did I do this right? Yeah. Double parentheses, x plus 3, and then 3x plus 2. Oh my goodness, so good. I didn't have a GCF in the beginning. Okay, good. How is this, Jason? Yeah, good. You? All right. try the next one. Okay, so example 1. 5x squared minus 22x plus 8. 5, 22, and 8. GCF? That was 1, right? And here's the biggest hint. That 5 is a prime number, right? The only number that you can divide evenly into a prime number is itself and 1. That's it, right? All right, so I know this is AM because it has 3, AM. But I have a number in front of that x squared, so I need to swing it over and multiply. That's my new m for my t-chart. What is 5 times a positive 8? 40, okay. What's my a number? Negative 22, because the a number doesn't change, right? Two numbers that multiply to give me a positive 40, but adds to give me a negative 22. So in your calculators, put in y equals 40 divided by x. Tell me what two numbers add to give you a negative 22. So y equals, and I'm going to put 40 divided by x, second graph. So I don't want the decimals. I want these whole numbers, but negative 4 plus negative 10 gives me negative 14. Alex, what did you say? Negative 2 and negative 20, right? Add those two together, you get negative 22. All right. So remember, bring down the first, bring down the last, rewrite the middle of your original, right? Bring down the first, 5x squared. Bring down the last, plus 8. Rewrite the middle, which is negative 22x. So negative 2x minus 20x. Yeah? Nope. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you put negative 20x first and then the negative 2x. And you know what? Actually, that's probably a better idea. With the 5 and the 20 for the GCF, and 2 with the 8 for the GCF. I mean, they all have a GCF, but that's a prettier GCF. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Grouping, factoring by grouping, right? 5x squared minus 2x. My GCF is x. So 5x minus 2. On the right-hand side, for me, let's see, negative needs to come out. 20 and 8. What is their GCF or their GCD? 4. So negative 4. So that's 5x minus 2. I did this right because my parentheses match, right? So I have 5x minus 2. And then x minus 4. Can I keep going on any of these? No. So you know what? This is it. Okay? All right. I want you guys to try the next one, please. And I have a number in front, so I'm going to take this, swing it over. I saw that a lot of you guys already had your t-charts going. Your m number is negative 12, and your a number is a positive 4, negative 2 and 6. So I'm going to bring down the first, bring down the last. I'm going to rewrite the positive 4x using the two numbers that I found. And don't forget to put an x with your two numbers, okay? Yeah? Now that I have 4 terms, I need to divide this in half and find the GCF of both sides. So on on the left side, 4x squared minus 2x. What's my GCF? 4 and 2. What's my GCF? Or GCD? Yeah, 2 and then the x, right? I told you there's always going to be some kind of x that comes out on the left side. 4x squared divided by 2x gives me 2x minus 2x divided by 2x, 1, And then 6x minus 3. What's my GCF? 3. And then that's the same thing, 2x minus 1. There we go. Yes? Okay. Any questions on this? All right, so I'm going to show you guys something, okay? If you go to, what do we have, one more problem? Oh my goodness, there are so many more. Okay, all right. And we can do one more. Example 3, I just want to show you. I don't want to do the whole thing, but 4x squared minus 18x minus 10. This one finally has a GCF for the whole thing. 4, 18, and 10. What is the biggest number that can be divided? Yeah, 2. So 2. So then you're left with 2x squared minus 9x minus 5. And here you have to do the AM and swing over the 2 to the negative 5. Does that make sense? Okay, so you found the GCF, right? So now when you do AM, actually, you know what, let's just do it. Now you gotta swing this over. So two numbers that multiply to give you negative 10 and adds to give you negative 9. Yeah, negative 10 and 1. Good. So then when you do bring down the first, bring down the last, your original now is the trinomial inside of parentheses. Does that make sense? Because you GCF factor that 2 out. Okay? So then bring down the first, you're bringing down 2x squared. Bring down the last, minus 5. Okay? And then rewrite this negative 9x, so minus 10x plus 1x. Okay? All right. GCF the left-hand side, it should be 2x, yes? X minus 5. Okay? And on the right-hand side, ooh, 1x minus 5. What is the only thing that can be the GCF? 1. Okay? And then it's x minus 5. Did I do this right? Yeah. So I have x minus 5 times 2x plus 1. Am I done? Good. You got to bring down this 2, the GCF. Okay? All right. All right. Let me just show you example 4. Listen, I'm so happy for 3 more minutes. 3 minutes is a long time. Okay. 3x squared plus 3x minus 36. This is actually pretty fun. I'm going to show you, okay? Listen, just watch me, all right? There's a GCF of 3 here. So then now we have x squared plus x minus 12. Do you agree? This is AM, right? Wow, finally we have just a plain old x squared. But you know what? I really like this factor in my grouping. So I'm going to draw my 1 in there. Draw it, write it. And I'm going to actually just do the same thing. I'm going to treat that 1 like it's an a greater than 1 number, right? And I'm going to multiply it. What's 1 times negative 12? Okay, so look at that. My m number is negative 12. My a number is a 1, right? The two numbers that I need are 4 and negative 3. So, the 3 is waiting, but bring down the first, bring down the last, rewrite the x in the middle using my two numbers. Isn't that so cool? We're using just a plain old x squared like it's a grouping. Look at that. You could do the same thing. Alright, so then x is your GCF, x plus 4. On the right hand side, negative 3 is your GCF, x plus 4. So then double parentheses, x plus 4, x minus 3. Don't forget to bring down your GCF of 3.